What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the SeltzerTime Podcast. It's your boy Ricky, aka Dick Chuck, aka the man behind the can at SeltzerTime Official. Here as always with my conversation accomplice, the man with the hunch about Worcester, Travis.
What is crackin' fizzle fiends? Welcome back to another episode of the SeltzerTime Podcast. Flawless victory on that intro, Ricky.
Getting better.
Oh my God, you're a well-oiled machine.
Hey, it happens.
I probably shouldn't swear within the first 15 seconds of this stupid thing, but whatever. It's happened. It's done. And we're there.
There we go. Happy 10th episode.
Dude, happy 10th episode. Before we get there, let's talk about 9. Wasn't Kelsey awesome?
Kelsey was the best. Kelsey was incredible. Having Kelsey on was definitely a goal of mine when we first
It really was. You
decided.
brought her up when we first started talking about this thing.
Yeah.
She was on your short list.
She's super funny. Her job is unbelievably interesting. Honestly, I think we could probably have her on again in like 6 months and have it even like there'll be more funny stuff, obviously, but also like that job just changes every day.
Oh, absolutely.
So.
And with everything coming with the text and all that kind of stuff. Plus, I feel like there's probably more stories between you two. Because that was my favorite part of that episode, was just sitting here and watching you two interact. And
she's the best.
I got to look into your life, and it was really entertaining.
There's not a lot of days that go by when Kelsey and I have no contact. We're part of at least 2 group chats, I think. We use one every single day. I think we have 2 going. But yeah, and on top of that, between every form of social media and just seeing her all the time, she's the best.
I didn't want to tell her to her face, but she might be at the top, or towards the top of the list of the funniest people I know. I couldn't give her too much credit.
I feel it. They're also, I don't know if there was enough room in the building for my ego and her ego.
We had a hard enough time fitting you both through the doors as it is.
Exactly.
Oh, it's not a fat joke. It's a big head joke. Oh, I wasn't calling you fat, buddy. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's okay. My beach bod didn't really come in as much as I wanted it to. I was expecting it to happen before I went to the Bahamas, and it just didn't happen.
Did you mail order it? You should have ordered it sooner. They said free shipping, but it came from fucking China.
Maybe I'll hit that juice cleanse again.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
That'll make the food in the Bahamas taste that much better.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Are you going to one of those all-inclusive spots?
Yeah. Yeah, so wait, when this airs, I'll already be back.
It's all right. We could talk about it. This is pre-recorded. I don't mind. Yeah. I don't mind telling you guys. This has been pre-recorded.
I think so. As far as I know, we are. I don't know a whole lot about it. I'm just kind of like rolling with it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So like, I've only done the all-inclusive things, but not having to worry about my drinks, not having to worry about my food. It's very, very nice.
That's what's up.
We did it in Dominican, and we've done it in Jamaica and in Mexico.
Dude, look at you, world traveler.
That's it. I want to go to Europe, but I haven't been there yet. But anyway, Jamaica was my favorite. I fucking love Jamaica.
That's
As
awesome.
somebody who smokes cannabis, I was stoked that I bought it coming out of the airport.
That's so sick.
Some dude looked at me and was like, "Bob Marley, man?" And I'm like, "Wait, really?" He's like, "Yeah, come with me." I'm like, "I'm not going with you anywhere." He's like, "Okay, I'll come to you." And then he found me in my travel van, handed me a cup, made a quick exchange. I had a bunch of green for my trip.
That's fantastic.
That was the fastest. The slowest was the Dominican. I had to go a couple days, and I ended up buying it off a gentleman named Fistine, who I definitely thought his name was Fisting the first time I heard him. Yeah, I'm like, your mother gave you that name in full confidence. And then Mexico was fairly easy. That was the day 2. I bought a piece, like a little bowl, the first night because they were just selling it in the resort. Like some guy had a table set up with all these little smoking implements.
Nice.
I'm like, "Can I buy the stuff off of you?" He's like, "No, of course not." I'm like, "Oh, of course not." So it was the cigar guy. So yeah, Travis did his hot travel tip: get to the beach early and go find the guy selling cigars. I went up to that dude and was like, "Hey man, I'm looking for something other than cigars." He goes, "Oh, you want the cocaina?" And I'm like, No. It's green. It's gonna slow me down. It's the exact opposite of that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's my travel stories.
Oh yeah.
I hope you have equally as entertaining or amusing.
Sure I will.
Have you been to a place like that before?
Never once.
Really?
The only time I've ever left continental United States was I went to Canada for like 9 hours. I was in Toronto when we were on tour. I was in Toronto for about 9 hours. Maybe more than that. It might have been like 14 hours, but still.
Not very long.
No, not at all.
Toronto is cool, but it's still North America. Canada's not that much different than us.
No.
I mean, yeah, lots of people are going to argue that their shit's different, but yeah, very similar.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, welcome, or congratulations on 10 of these freaking things.
You as well.
For like 3 months.
It's crazy. I don't really know what I expected when we started doing this. It was just like a weird idea, and here we are.
So like, I didn't anticipate releasing that first one we recorded at Table Talk. I thought it was going to be stupid awkward, and we were going to have to work at like this back and forth for a while.
Because that was like probably the first time you and I spent like real like time together. Like we
Aside
met
from
up
that meeting, the first time.
Yeah, we like met up to talk about kind of like our goal, like each of our goals with a podcast. And then next thing you know, like 4 days later, we're literally hitting record, sharing
the back of
a mic.
Table Talk Pies.
Yeah, shout out to Caitlin.
Thank you again for not burping in my face during that, because that's when we realized how burpy seltzer makes us down there.
Which I'm drinking actually right now, so you know.
Hey, we got to celebrate. I too have a raspberry lime.
Cranberry lime.
You know, I did think at some point that should we be asking people what their favorite seltzer, like what their favorite brand of, not favorite brand, but favorite flavor of polar seltzer is?
I guess we could. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I don't know, like one of those questions we ask everybody.
I think, so the main question I always get, right, when people either see the pin on my jacket or like a friend tells me, or a friend tells them that I have a podcast, it's always, why do you have a podcast about seltzer? I'm like, well, okay, I get where you're coming from, but it's not about seltzer at all.
You're judging a book by its cover.
Yeah, like it's just the name. So, but yeah, I guess it would be very on brand to find out. I'm actually kind of interested.
I'd be more just to find out. I mean, I would hate to hear a whole bunch of people liking Lacroix or something like that.
Oh, yeah, no.
It would hurt my feelings.
I don't think we're going to get a lot of that. I don't get a lot of people like fighting me about Lacroix.
So I gotta believe that this is just because it's an East Coast thing. On the West Coast, it seems like they have a really strong foothold on the seltzer game. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did find some interesting information about Lacroix, though. Yeah.
Yes. Should we hit him with it?
I think so.
Okay. So, we're not the biggest fans of Lacroix.
I think it's pretty obvious at this point.
We've like posted videos like stomping on cans.
Shooting them with Nerf guns.
I shot it. I throw like the bottle away.
I made this sweet LaCrap graphic at one point.
Yeah, I still have that on my phone.
I want to make pins of that at some point.
Yes, please.
We'll make a little SeltzerTime pin pack.
Hell yeah. Oh, that'd be so sick. Like a sticker bag too.
Yeah.
That'd be so tight.
Yeah. And that's what people can win. Oh my God. You heard it here first, folks. Anyway,
we're gonna make stickers. More
write
stickers.
a comment if you want one of these.
Yeah, so Travis did a little more investing. So like my favorite thing about our dynamic is there's always something that I'll talk about or like find or bring up, and then you take it and dive so deep. I don't have the attention span to do that. I'm like, what else is really funny? Like I need something else to like to start making something, like making into something.
Sure.
But you're like, okay, hold on a second. Boom. Analytics on Table Talk Pie Twitter account. So this like the
research
thing.
Yeah.
The
well, I
thing
gotta
happens.
know. It stems from my background that I'm just a know-it-all and I like to know things.
No, but it's awesome. It brings like actual like content too. You know what I mean? Like it's funny. It brings more validation to what we're talking about.
Aw, thanks, Ricky. I'm glad you appreciate it.
Dude, I'd be lost without you.
Oh, dude, likewise. This would be nothing. It would just be me whining in my office.
Yeah.
Nobody would listen to this.
I'd still be mad trying to figure out how to like edit the first episode. So that's not my
just be
strong
you
suit.
and Orson. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for that nice long story that you put up with Orson the other day. Got a bunch of amusement out of that.
Caitlin was into it. She liked it.
So anyway, not to keep derailing you. So my deep dive found.
So when you text me about this, you were like, hey, the same company that makes blank makes Lacroix. And I was like, no way. And you were like, yeah, I thought it would have been Coke. And I 100% agreed with you. Like
I thought Coca-Cola owned Lacroix.
Yeah, I mean they're like a huge, like they have like the little like emojis, but like the little GIF
the GIFs
things
and shit. Yeah,
they're like everywhere, and like most of the memes are Lacroix. Like it's a huge national
if you type in
thing.
seltzer into GIF into your phone, you will see a bunch of those Lacroix things and not a lot of Polar.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know if there is there a Polar.
I saw one.
That's cool. So Lacroix is definitely the nationwide go-to seltzer, which is gross. But turns out the same company that makes Lacroix also makes Faygo.
Faygo.
The ICP soda
That's Shaggy 2 Dope, and I can't think of the other person's name.
Violent J.
Violent J, thank you. They launch off the stage during their... Now, it's... As I understand it, Faygo was used because it was cheap, and it was in their bodegas, and it was just the soda that they had access to in Detroit.
That makes sense.
Which, as a former ICP fan, as a reformed ICP... No, I'm just kidding. They still put on a fantastic live show.
They do. I saw them last year, and it really was like one of the wildest things I've ever seen.
They're like Guar in the sense that they put on a good show and it's entertaining, but they're fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. Like, I'm not an ICP guy at all.
I find it very amusing that it's National Beverage, the same company that owns Faygo, owns Lacroix.
Yeah.
And it fits.
Yeah. Yeah, garbage soda, garbage seltzer. Like, they go hand in hand.
Like, Faygo, if you've ever had the displeasure of drinking Faygo, there's a reason they throw it from the stage.
I've actually never had Faygo.
I caught one during an ICP show at the Webster.
I was afraid I was going to get hit.
Oh, I definitely got hit with it, and that's why I caught it. But it was root beer, and I tried it, and it was just like the most sugary root beer ever.
That's so gross. 10 years ago, Caitlin and her brother Brendan bought a couple of us. It was like me, my friend Alicia, and maybe my brother, bottles of Faygo for Christmas as like a joke. And I think I still have mine. It was green. It was like the Mountain Dew Faygo. I think hers is like the blue one. It was funny because I had it forever and it was just like in my room. And then when I moved into my last apartment, I remember moving like my TV stand and it was back there. And I was like, I still have this fucking Faygo. Like, it's not even opened.
It's a phantom Faygo. It just follows you around.
Yeah, it doesn't die. It's like a cockroach. So then...
It doesn't age like wine either.
Oh, no way. So Alicia moved like a couple years, like maybe last year or the year before. And she said, I think it was like 2 years ago. And she sent me a picture and she's like, you're not going to believe what I just found in my room. And also had an unopened, like the blue Faygo.
Impressive.
So yeah, we both, because I mean, the point of the gift wasn't to drink it. It was just like, yeah, we bought you guys Faygo.
Yeah, it's sucker.
Yeah. I don't know. Joey probably did not drink his either. I don't know whatever happened to it, but yeah, I think I honestly might still have it. I will try to find it.
If you still have it, you have to report back and let us know.
It might be at my parents' house. I'll try to find it and see what's up.
Dad, can you sit on this bottle of Faygo for me? I don't know when I'm going to need it.
Please. But
dude, I have so much shit that's sitting at my parents' house that I've asked them not to throw away, but I don't want.
Yeah, I have so much crap.
So that makes sense.
It's crazy. But yeah, so breaking news.
Yeah, so
Faygo and Lacroix come from the same garbage company.
Oh my God, Juggalos. Juggalos drink Faygo and business Juggalos drink Lacroix.
I love that.
I sent that meme I made out to a couple friends without any other information or context.
Really?
And it just comes back like, I think this makes sense, but what are you trying to tell me here?
Yeah. Dude, I'm so excited to post that.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Yeah. This is now giving premise to that.
So 2 whoops for Lacroix.
2 whoops?
Yeah, it's like the ICP thing.
Oh.
Whoop. Right? Yeah.
Maybe.
When I went to the show. So
I just found they lost me entirely when they got to their last Joker card and said everything was for Jesus and for God and that they were...
Wait, they did that?
Oh, yeah. They built up over like 10 or 15 years the release of these Joker cards. And when the last Joker card was laid, it was all supposed to make sense and it was all supposed to come to an end. And it was this whole thing they were building to. And they had me they had me on the chain. But they came out with that shit. It was called the Carnival, I think, or doesn't matter. When they came down with that last album, you get to the last track and it says how they're really men of God and that they were only attacking the people that God told them to attack. And you cannot tell me that chicken hunting.
That's one of the only songs I know. Who's going with chicken hunt? Wait, he's going with chicken hunt.
Cut a motherfucking chicken now. Like, it's
Boy.
awful. Yeah.
So fucking bad. Oh my God.
It is what it is. It's just vulgar, like...
Yeah.
It makes you feel good because you're angry and you're just rapping about people you hate.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, the fuck song. Anyway.
I don't know if I know that one.
Fuck you, fuck me, fuck us, fuck Gus. Anyway, fuck Tom, fuck Mary, fuck...
Oh, I do know. Is that all on the same record?
I think so.
Yeah.
But again, during when I was really angry, it spoke to me.
My friend in high school had... the Ringleader? That's the record, right?
I think
Is
so.
it Black and Gold?
That's one of them. I think the one that I'm thinking about is black and green.
Oh, this was the only one I ever heard was it was black with like a gold like little Joker guy on it. And it had I remember like chicken hunting and Get Off Me Dog. The only two songs I remember. And then like the Magnet song like later down the road because like SNL made fun of it and it was so funny. But yeah, they I remember like he would play it all the time and I'm like, yeah, like, okay, I don't know. It wasn't my thing at all.
Yeah.
It was like Slipknot and ICP. And then like on my side, it was like Slipknot's kind of cool, but like, have you heard the new Blink record? Like all I cared about was like Blink-182, Sum 41, Green Day.
I was more like your roommate. I was a huge maggot. I loved
Really?
Slipknot. Oh my God. I loved
555, them 666.
Dude, so me and my friend Phil, one summer for Ozfest, we made the jumpsuits, made the masks. And this kid was, you talk about me deep diving, he found a forum where a whole bunch of these people figured out what masks they bought and figured out how to customize them. So this kid learned how to customize the Corey mask and the Jim mask, the clown one.
Okay.
Found the original masks, found out.
Wait, no, clown was Sean.
I'm sorry, it was a jester.
Okay.
The guitar player. I think his name was Jim, number 4, I think. It doesn't matter. I used to know all the numbers
There's
and shit.
Jim Root, who's like the big, tall dude.
Guitar player?
Yeah. I don't know. I forget what his mask was.
Real short hair? No, real short hair. I think he had a clown mask or not clown.
He might have had short
Jester.
hair like when they first popped. I feel like now he has like really long hair. He's like a big, scary looking guy. He's like 7 feet tall.
He's a big fucker.
He's huge. Then there was like that dude with the long nose that looks like the STP video.
That was Chris.
Okay.
There was Mick, the other guitar player. He's the one with the metal mask. Wow.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Is he really tall?
Yeah, they're both tall.
Okay. There was the clown.
That's Sean
Yeah.
Connolly.
His kid's like a little drummer. Sean Conley. Breaking news, Sean Conley is the drummer, is the clown in Slipknot.
They kicked him out because he tried working a sweater vest into his outfit. Sorry.
So Che is the black Sean Conley. And
oh my word.
Sean is the clown from Slipknot.
So
The dude from Slipknot is the clown, Sean Conley. Oh my God, the dude from Slipknot is if Sean Conley was in ICP.
yes.
Holy crap.
So anyway,
amazing.
this kid Phil made the outfits, and Ozfest happens in the middle of August in Connecticut, so it was super hot. So we're wearing the masks and the full jumpsuits and sweating our dicks off. And when the time they actually got on, we were both just like baked and sweaty that we barely got to like stay awake for the set.
Really?
Yeah, it was stupid. I remember it. I was there, but it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, that sounds miserable.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you though.
Oh, dude, I'm a maggot, man, to this day.
Maggots for life.
I can still play that first album, though.
That first album, Rips, Iowa is incredible. I put that on literally like a couple months ago just because I was like, oh yeah, so sick.
Yeah.
That-
Oh my God. I start freaking out. My wife's like, settle down. I'm like, no.
So a couple years ago, so Joey Jordison left the band and Jay Weinberg, who's Max Weinberg's kid. Max Weinberg is Bruce Springsteen's drummer.
Yeah. He also was on the Tonight Show.
Tonight Show, yeah. So Jay got the job to take over. Jay is like a ridiculously good drummer. It's crazy.
He's anything like his father.
Yeah, well, his dad's like mad technical, and Jay is just like fast. He's crazy. So I saw Jay play with Bruce once. He took over for his dad because his dad couldn't do the European tour because of scheduling conflicts.
Sure.
So Jay he'd come out and play like a 10-song set with Bruce on the US tour to get used to it, and then did all of Europe, and he was like 17 years old. It was nuts.
What?
So it was crazy like watching him play it. I was like, yo, this kid's like, I'm like older than this kid by like years. And then I saw him play with Against Me, which was sick, and then with Slipknot. So 3 drastically different. I never saw him with Madball, but 3 drastically
played with
different.
Madball too?
He was in Madball for like a second. Like,
What?
I don't even know if he toured with them. I know he was in the band for a minute. I don't know exactly what they did
That's
together.
so
and
cool,
then,
though.
yeah, it didn't work out, and then he ended up playing with Against Me for a couple years, and now he's with Slipknot. But But yeah,
Damn.
so
Dude Gets Around against me is also good, but that's not very technical.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got bored with that kind of quickly.
probably, yeah, it's just a punk rock.
I mean, yeah, they're great. Don't get me wrong, but they're not very
Different world from
right.
Slipknot. So he joined Slipknot, and at the time I was working at SJC, and Jay played SJC, so we instantly started making drums for Slipknot, which was crazy. It's like the biggest band in the metal world. So we got to go see them play Mohegan Sun with Korn. Like Slipknot headlined, Korn opened for him, and I was like, this is the best day of my life. I've never seen Slipknot. I've never seen Korn. Holy crap. So we're like hanging out, whatever. We're like walking back from there's like a backstage like catering area thing. So we're like hanging out with Jay. As we're walking back through the tunnel to come out, we walk past Fieldy from Korn stretching, and I'm like, oh, dude, like 8th grade me is having a child, a baby, an excitement child. And then we look and Jonathan Davis is like in the room, like stretching. I'm like, holy crap, this is amazing. It was nuts. Korn killed it. They were crazy. I thought that he was lip syncing.
Really?
He sounds that good. He's very, 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 very good live.
Cool.
The whole band is. They're sick. And then
It's a very new metal heavy show, this episode, but I don't mind.
Yeah, whatever.
We're learning.
It's
People
all
are
good.
learning stuff about us.
Hell
Keep
yeah.
going.
So then Slipknot comes out and put on it was nuts. There's like things are spinning around. The clown, the Sean Connery of Slipknot, is like flying around, like banging on trash or on kegs and on trash cans. There's like saws and stuff. It was unbelievable.
Was his stage all tilting too? He was on his own personal stage.
His would like go forward and backward, and like
Yeah.
the DJ guy was like doing his thing. He would like run up, he'd like spin a little bit, and then he'd like jump off the stage. Like it was absolutely insane. That band killed it. The things were on fire.
Yeah, they would break bones during the sets and shit and just keep playing.
So fucked up.
Yeah,
That's just insane.
metal.
Metal as fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, so shout out to Slipknot. Why did we start talking about
I don't
Slipknot?
know. Just talking about basically what we're doing today is pre-recording this one because Ricky's going on vacation. We don't want to lose momentum, but we also thought it was a really good idea now that we're at 10 of these to like take a look at where the hell we've come from and where we're going.
Yeah.
Check in with each other.
Yeah.
You know, like all great couples do.
Right? Make sure things are good.
Everything good at home?
Yeah, you know, I'm not sleeping very well, but just kidding. I sleep pretty well.
I sleep okay.
Yeah, it depends, but like a majority of the time I sleep relatively well.
I get at least 6 hours every night.
All right.
There's some banging going on. So we're still at Technicopia, and they're still working on the building. So don't
Shout
mind the
out
background.
to Technicopia for kind of being like our home base.
Yeah.
Out of all 10 episodes, we've only recorded 3 outside of this building. Well, our first episode was at Table Talk. The
One with Joe.
4th episode was at
Mercantile
Center, which I'm looking at right now, which is kind of weird.
Right?
And then the live
6th.
episode.
The fucking live episode.
Yeah, we did a live episode 6 episods in.
That's ambitious.
Yeah.
We got some plans for more live shows, though. 'Cause
Yeah,
we had
true.
way too much fun.
Yeah. We have one that I'm not surprised about, and then we have one that I would have never expected being able to do.
That's the one that you never expected?
Yeah, I expected the bar one. I didn't expect the restaurant one.
Oh, the bar one.
Yeah,
I forgot about the bar one.
The bar one to me is the one that I'm like, yeah, it makes kind of sense that like.
So yeah, but no. So there's that third one that we just talked about.
Yeah, the third one
That was brand fucking new.
Yeah, that never even crossed my mind.
Shout out to those 2 people. I'm not going to say anything quite yet.
You'll find out soon.
But I do know that they listened to the show. They confirmed it last night, and they would be on the show. And I think she specifically would be a very fantastic guest with everything that she's doing for her industry.
For sure. Again, another person, kind of like a dream catch, I guess you would say.
Basically.
Like somebody who like, when we first started doing this, we're like, oh, we should have guests on. Like, we both kind of had a list of people we wanted. A lot of those people were the same, which made so much sense. But I think like being able to get
More established.
we've pretty much had on I don't think we've talked to a single person that wasn't on one of our lists so far.
I think that's true.
And like the idea of other people like, you know, reaching out and be like, hey, we want to be on this, or like us being like, hey, how do you feel about coming on our podcast? And them being so excited is bananas.
Yeah. Like it's flattering. It's insanely flattering. And it's super flattering when somebody else, like somebody that I don't know super well, I start talking to them and they're like, oh my God, I love the podcast. You and Ricky are so funny together. I'm like, a lot of times I don't know what to say. Like, thank you so much. I'm sorry you listened to it. Like,
right? It's like, you've listened to this, but hell yeah.
I mean, like genuinely, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You guys are all amazing. I keep saying that because I'm more just in shock that anybody would want to listen to
us talk about stuff.
But it's working.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what this is supposed to be.
Yeah.
It started off as something fun, and it stayed something fun.
I think our goal was to bring attention to some of the people in the city who do really, really, really amazing and like rad things that don't necessarily get the coverage that they should.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. Like, there's only so many outlets. You can't cover everything. So we just made our own outlet.
Ellie Gilmore was our best check mark in that box.
Yeah, Ellie for sure was somebody that I thought would be very interesting to talk to.
I learned a lot personally that episode.
Same.
That's where I felt. That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I mean, even when we left here, like getting in the car and you were just like, oh, she was awesome. I was like, yeah, that was, I mean, I knew it was going to be good. Ellie's unbelievably intelligent. She's very, very good at talking about what she does and informing people. But having her really be that good was just amazing with no prep, you know, it was kind of just like, hey, like can you just talk about your job that neither of us fully understand what you do? Like,
right. We're clearly asking you questions and learning on air.
Yeah, it was awesome. She was the best. Shout out to Ellie.
So I'd like us going forward to find some more people like that, especially people that we don't necessarily have a personal relationship with.
Yeah.
Like that to me is going to be interesting. The first time we get a guest where neither one of us has kind of like a pre-existing relationship where we're just getting to know the person on air.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting.
I think that'll be like the next like true test.
Absolutely.
Like being able to do it was huge. Being able to dial it in and get like an actual structure was huge. And being able to do a live show was huge, even though I sucked. Thank you to Travis and Caitlin for...
Dude, it was you and Caitlin. It didn't suck.
Really keeping that ship afloat. I listened to that
one the most out of all of our episodes.
Really?
Because it was so goddamn funny.
It is mad funny. It's so good.
And it's all Caitlin. Like, Caitlin is so funny.
She's the best. She still hasn't listened to it.
She probably never will then.
Probably not. It's crazy.
I know those people exist. I'm way too vain. I have to listen to the things I'm on and watch the things I'm on.
In terms to like give it titles and stuff, I have to go back and listen because
that just makes sense.
Yeah, but most of them I listen to like 3 times just to be like, you know, you listen to it once to figure out like what I can talk about like through the marketing of it, and then another time to make sure I didn't sound like a complete moron, and then the third time is to enjoy it and be like, yo, this is pretty sick.
I am glad that neither one of us has like straight up said, yo, I can't say this. I need to pull between us. There's only been one time where we had to pull it out because one of the guests couldn't talk about something that they talked about. But aside from that, like, I feel pretty comfortable that neither one of us has said anything where we have to put our foot in our mouth.
Yeah, no, which like, that wasn't really a worry of mine too much.
It wasn't mine. I never want to, because I could be a little brazen at times. So I never want, and like, especially if I'm trying to be funny, I have a complete disregard for
anything.
Yeah. Well, I'm completely lying, because now that I think about it, there was one joke I made in the episode with Derek that I cut out in post that I wanted to make sure just wasn't in there because it wasn't funny. I said something that just, at the time it sounded funny and it wasn't funny.
Okay.
Do you remember what it was?
No, but I'm going to go back and re-listen to the episode, and I'm sure I'll be able to pick it out. Maybe.
I doubt it. I cut it pretty seamlessly.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I totally said it, and it's not in the episode. Yeah, well, exactly. But that's the thing.
Well, that's the best part about not doing it. Like a live show, again, like that's the scariest part about that is like, fuck.
Yeah, there's no taking this back.
No.
Well, at least I prevented from going out on the recording, but I've still said an audience full of people something stupid.
Exactly. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it was just not funny. And that's going to happen again. There are plenty of times.
Sure. This is going to be stuff we say.
I take a South Park mentality with life, that if you're going to be able to make fun of anything, you have to be able to make fun of everything.
I fully agree with you.
But not everybody buys into that mentality. So you got to be respectful.
Very much so.
Like on my Uber ride over here, I had a very interesting conversation with a gentleman who wanted to really turn me to God. And I'm like, I wanted to be super respectful.
I just wanted to ride, bro.
I gave him a fun conversation compliment on the app. I didn't give him a tip, though, because I'm an asshole. No, because to be honest, he was getting a little too pushy. Yeah. And I don't like those people. No. I personally am an atheist, but I don't push that on anybody because these are just my personal beliefs. And it's my belief. Yeah.
I'm the same way. I'm like, whatever, man.
It's a big ass world.
Yeah, it's not my thing, but it's like everybody needs something. Like,
yeah, exactly. And I was trying to be super nice to this dude, and he just kept pushing back.
Feel you.
So I don't know how I got there, but
I don't know.
Pushy.
So the best thing about this episode is we kind of just can go wherever we want.
Oh, that's my whole thing, is that I don't want to ever come across as pushy or ever come across as brazen. Yeah. Like, we're just trying to be fun.
Hell yeah.
Two broke dudes with a podcast.
That's all we need.
I gotta play that song. I'm gonna drop that in right there. Two dope boys in a Cadillac. So that people don't think I'm just crazy.
Hell yeah. But yeah, so I mean, going all the way back to episode 1, Mr. Ed Plant.
Episode 2, Ed Plant.
Episode 2. Oh, episode 1. Yeah, I feel you. Episode 2, Mr. Ed Plant. Shout out to Ed. I got a really great phone call from Ed last night, just saying how much he enjoyed the Derek episode and how he's like, he's like, it's crazy, being on, the first one with a guest and listening to all of them and watching the growth and, kind of catching on to the little things that we have now that we talk about all the time, like the Stokes and Pokes and the Table Talk Twitter account. And there's just these things that are reoccurring events in every episode,
themes or whatever you want to call them.
The social media and stuff. Yeah, themes, exactly. But he was like, he really, really enjoyed the Derek one. He thought it was cool that like Derek kind of broke the news about some events coming up and used that as his platform to be like, hey, this is what's about to happen. Now you know.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty sick.
It kind of makes us feel like an authority, or at least gives us a little bit of like credit that we have an audience. I mean, if he thinks that he really can advertise his events through our audience, that's a compliment to us.
Yeah, that's dope.
Or to you guys really listening.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
So.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends, tell your moms.
Yeah. Tell your mom's word. Still 9 out of 10 moms recommend Seltzer Time.
10 out of 9 dads. But yeah, so thanks again to Ed for just like calling and showing some love.
Dude, so every time I see him at Steam, he comes out and makes sure he gives me a nice big hello.
He's the best.
Like, genuinely super happy dude.
Yeah.
Love seeing him around.
I love that kid so much.
And the other stuff that you guys have going on is super, super excited. I can't wait till we can start talking about that. How close are you?
Baby steps.
A couple months or way farther?
We'll know more over the next 2 weeks. We had a meeting earlier this week in this building. Well, kind of in this building. We ended up in this building. That went really, really well and kind of gave us a little bit more of an insight to what we're going to need. But it's kind of coming together pretty well. So
super stoked.
Yeah. Should be a good time. Should be a good year.
It's going to be 2019 is stacked up to be a good friggin' year.
Yeah. Sick.
It's going to be a lot of work.
A lot of work, but it's a good thing.
Everything worth doing takes work.
For sure.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mike D.
Yo, shout out to Mike D. So I was actually thinking, because I'm okay with announcing that we're going to have a special Valentine's episode.
Should we?
We can tell the full details, but before that, we're going to need one other person for that episode.
It's going to have to be Mike D.
Do you think it is the master of love, Mike D?
Yeah.
It just seemed to fit to me.
That makes so much sense.
And he knows all the players.
This is true. All right.
Okay. So if you want to announce the other thing, I'm cool with that. I don't want to steal your thunder. It was your idea.
So our Valentine's Day episode in a couple weeks is going to include our lovely significant others.
Yeah.
We thought it would be really funny to have Sarah and Naomi on to kind of give us like a, their perspective of dealing with us and our ridiculously crazy ideas.
Yeah, and just the way we live life. And they have interesting stories too.
Yeah. And we talk about them a lot too. So I think it's kind of funny to like give them a platform.
Right. Make sure that they're heard.
Yeah.
And then I still think it'd be super fun to play just a couple rounds at the newlywed game, because you guys are you at a year yet that you've been dating?
No. By then it'll be like 9 months.
Because Sarah and I have celebrated this year. We're celebrating 5 years of marriage.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. It's more like 5 hours underwater. No, that's terrible. That's a stupid joke that we say back and forth. She knows I love her.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we would think it would be funny to see like how well we know each other and how well you guys know each other. And that's where we're going to need Mike D to host and ask questions.
I'm so down with that.
So this will probably be on the February 12th release.
Cool.
So
a couple weeks out.
Yeah, we're only a few weeks out. Holy
crazy. Pretty crazy.
I actually went through and I looked at all the kind of release schedule.
Yeah.
And we're gonna start getting high numbers quickly.
Yeah.
Like, looking at it, I don't know, just like looking at it, like, I don't know. Soon we're gonna be at 15. Soon we're gonna be at 20, and like we're gonna be at 20 by the time summer comes around.
That's so insane.
10 weeks.
That's so nuts.
And could you imagine, like, we didn't have this last summer. This podcast, this coming summer, is going to be so much more fun.
Yeah. It's also like, it's funny thinking back to all the events that happened last summer in the city, which is usually where like I would see you.
Right. That's how I got to know you.
Yeah. And now being like, cool. How do we figure out a way to, not only push those events really hard, like through our stuff, but also like, how do we have somebody on to talk about it?
Right.
And how do we figure out a way where like we can do something at those events, Pop It can do something at those events, like being those presences, like being that much of a, how do you even say that? Like
an influence into the community.
Yeah, exactly. Like how do we have we want to have have a positive impact on every event, whether it's like, yo, this thing's happening. Can you guys just push it? Can you talk about it? Can you do something? Or this event's happening. Can you have somebody on your show to talk about it and then spend a week pushing it that way? Come to the event, do whatever, But yeah, my brain gets very excited when I think about everything that might be happening this summer.
I start getting a little too big. Like the ideas get bigger and bigger, and they get very grandiose quickly. But like, we could pull some of this stuff off.
Oh, I didn't
think we were going to pull off the live show, and then we kind of did. I mean, granted, it was for only 10,000 people at the DCU Center.
A small number. We're going to get bigger. They're building a 10,000 seat baseball stadium. I'm sure we'll be able to headline that.
I'm sorry, it's a ballpark.
Ballpark. My bad. I did not. Fuck.
So in that episode, in last week's episode,
damn it.
You two things real quick, or not last week's. Oh my God, 2 weeks ago now. You correct Derek about calling it a ballpark.
Yeah.
But earlier in the episode, you called it a stadium.
Did I?
Which I thought was funny. But Derek also swore he said an F-bomb within the first 15 minutes. And then it wasn't till the end that he said, I didn't swear through this whole thing. And looking back, I'm like, you totally swore. So both of those things made me giggle.
That's
I liked
funny.
both.
I love that.
I'm sure I did something stupid. Anyway, so.
No.
Every day. Every day I'm an idiot.
Yeah, so
this summer's gonna be cool. We're gonna pull off some cool shit.
Yeah. I'd like to do an outdoor live episode.
Yes.
I think that'll be fun. I have 2 ideas for that, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
But yeah.
#wait on it.
#wait on it. Someday we'll have Che on. I think Che is another one of our reoccurring themes. I don't think we've done a single episode without his name coming up.
He just keeps coming up.
He's
he's on our list. He's on both of our short list.
Yeah.
But like all these other people, just a little more topical, whether it be.
Plus like Che, I think Che is more interested in us getting other people on because he's always on everything.
Right.
But we'll get to the right moment where it's going to make a lot of sense for him to come on here, and it's going to be a good thing.
That's true.
By the way, it's not him running the Twitter account.
Yeah.
Table Talk is not Che.
No, it's this other guy called Beyonce, and Beyonce is running it.
Beyonce. But yeah. What else have we? Who else? Joe.
Joe was super cool.
Worcester Red Sox. Shout out to Joe.
It was interesting learning some of that stuff.
Yeah, having somebody on who's a part of a major project that's kind of engulfing the city for a couple years. Having somebody on who is a part of that was really, really interesting, especially super early. Joe very easily could have said no to us and be like, you guys...
You're not big enough for me.
Yeah, like, why would we talk to you this early on? And instead he was like, fuck yeah, let's do this. And he was fantastic.
It was awesome. It was really interesting learning a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
I had to call my dad for that one because my dad's a huge baseball fan. And I said, Dad, a bunch of shit happened during the podcast where I didn't understand a single reference, but I want you to listen to this episode specifically and tell me if like this stuff makes sense or if it's actually, he's like, oh yeah, all those names are good. That was all super cool.
That's fantastic.
Thanks for listening, Dad.
There you go. Yeah, having Joe on was awesome. Doing anything with the future Worcester Red Sox is a fantastic opportunity. We did the Instagram takeover.
Did the selfie. Oh yeah, and the Instagram takeover, dude.
Did the selfie
so that was
thing.
super cool. I wish they would have gave you a little more leeway.
So like,
I'm talking about the railers, like being able to at least get down near the ice or something. It seems like you were kind of far back.
Okay, so
I know you want to be sensitive and polite.
I wasn't like trying to get in the way or anything and like trying to get in trouble, but also like all the on ice pictures, Joe had access to the ice for the puck drop, which was awesome. They would have never given me anything like that. The railers, I think, not necessarily Joe, but getting that access is just, and it's not really something that I was there for, you know? I wish there was more people there that kind of had ideas like to what was going on, like the fact that there was a takeover and the fact that the Red Sox were going to be there. I wish that was a little more on the surface with everybody. That way it could have been like, oh, here's a dude in Red Sox gear. What's up? Like, how, you know what I mean? Like for the next one, we'll attack it a little bit better, but it was still really fun.
So it almost seems like it goes back to that poke you had that this organization isn't the best.
So bringing that poke back up, I didn't necessarily mean it as bad as it came off. I kind of did because I wasn't wrong.
It's still a little true.
Yeah.
But it's not met with
better.
malice.
They've gotten better. For sure. I still love them. I still love Tom.
That's the problem. We just want to support you dudes.
Yeah.
We love the Railers. We love that we have a professional hockey team here.
Yeah, they have their own radio show now, which is dope. Like,
yeah, Tom and Josh rock it.
Yeah, shout out to Josh Lyford. I love that kid.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious.
It's the best. But yeah,
him and Bill Shaner is where I get most of my pokes and stokes. I'm going to have coffee with Bill Shaner next week because I've never formally met him. And I was like, Bill, can I buy you a coffee? Because I feel like it's the least I can do for the amount of information you've given me over the past 3 months.
Hell yeah.
So I'll report on that. I'll report on coffee with Bill Shaner.
All right. I love that.
So the Railers and their poke.
Yeah, so, shout out to the Railers.
They're getting better, but...
Yeah, I still stand by my poke, but I also understand a little bit better as to what's going on now. My other poke that poke was a blanket statement for the city. It wasn't necessarily shot at the Railers, but I did use them as an example.
Just because we wanted to see that awesome Black Panther jersey.
Yeah, it's just so sick. Stuff like that is so rad. I just want to be there.
Right.
It was a selfish poke. It was
it's
a poke where I wanted to know
I missed out because I didn't look. And I know Amy and Stephanie said on the Pop-It that it's up to us to go out and find our own information, which we agree. It is partly up to us.
It's true.
But it should also be easier for us to find it. And that's what's awesome about Stephanie and Discover Central Mass. And that just makes sense.
That app is so tight.
Like,
it's so sick.
It makes sense that they're filling a need.
Yeah, no, it's rad. So tying that in though, shout out to Discover Central Mass. Like, talking to Stephanie, I've never met her officially. I met her through a phone call. She's wonderful.
Very
working
pleasant human
really,
being.
really hard. The app is awesome. Hopefully we can figure out a way to make everybody understand how rad that app is and have everybody sending in their events.
Yeah.
Because they will give, like, it's basically free marketing.
Seriously, like if you want people to show up at your event, make sure Stephanie or the Discover Central Mass people know about it so that they can just hype it.
Yeah.
Because they're like us. They just want to hype people. They just want to bring more people and bring more attention.
Yeah, they're the best. We had to talk about a project with them.
Yeah. I actually talked to Sarah about this the other day.
Yeah.
She said we could have the dive bar. I was like, that's kind of dumb.
She's the best.
Yeah. But they want Armsby.
Oh, that's fine. That wasn't even in my, well, it was kind of in my idea, but not real. I can very much easily move that out.
And you know that we're going to have to rely mostly on you and your experience because I don't go out. Like, I so don't go out.
I got this.
Like, I go out one night a week, and it's typically Thursdays after I wrap up here, and I go down to the dive bar just for a high five and a water from Ricky.
Hell yeah.
He serves me the tastiest water around in the city.
Yeah, we have the wettest water gun.
The wettest.
We have the slowest water gun, the wettest water.
And the brightest register.
Oh my God, yeah, dude, that's a mini poke, the new dive bar register. It's awesome. I love it. I'm so happy it works properly. It is bright as fuck. Like,
so you still haven't figured out how to turn it down.
We can't. I'm getting used to it now. Like, now it's just part of my life.
Sure.
But the first 3 nights I worked, I was like, oh, I can't see. You go to ring something in and it lights up. It's very like Men in Black-esque. Like, I forget what I'm doing.
It's bright glow.
Will Smith's next to me. It's weird.
The dude that I met, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but we were sitting there the first night you got it. And Sam was reading the instruction manual, and we could not figure out how to turn the damn brightness down or how to put the screen down.
Yeah.
Have you figured out how to put the screen down?
No. Not at all. Just rolling with it every time.
Living with it.
Yeah.
I love every minute of that.
But yeah, so come check out the new dive bar register. It's really bright. What else is going on? Who else did we talk to? We talked to Ellie, which we talked about. She was incredible. We talked to
Mike Dean, learned Cockbaroo.
Mike D, Cockbaroo. We learned about Cockbaroo. That was an episode.
That was, in fact, an episode.
I love how we had Mike D on to talk about Technocopia.
And barely talked about Technocopia.
Yeah, we talked about it for 10 minutes, and then the rest of it was this crazy vacation that he had and him getting me home when I've had way too many shots of Fernet. So shout out to Fernet, by the way, for tweeting back at us.
Yeah, again, yeah.
One of the best days of my life.
That's too funny.
So pumped.
I'll be honest, I still don't know what Fernet is. Is it a rum? Is it a liqueur?
Nah, it's an Amaro.
What does that mean?
It's an Italian Amaro. It's made with a bunch of herbs and spices and stuff. Emily, we talk a lot about Emily. We will eventually have her on the episode, on an episode. My friend Emily is the best and cannot have cinnamon or she will die.
Oh, we were talking to her the night of the podcast, and the night of the live podcast.
Exactly. So, yeah. She had the pie question. She is trying to cancel Fernet. That's her thing. Fernet is canceled. And I'm like, no, it's not. Fernet's never canceled. Shots, sub TK. But, so yeah, she has this whole anti-cinnamon agenda, which I'm down with. Cinnamon's not my favorite thing. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, all damn day. But cinnamon's also in a lot of things that I didn't know it was in.
But if we're talking cinnamon versus chocolate babka, cinnamon every time. Cinnamon.
I don't even know what chocolate babka is.
Oh, it's a Seinfeld reference. Anyway, so
I don't know fucking anything.
I like cinnamon. I don't love it. It's still very good.
Yeah,
but that sucks that you can't have it.
Cinnamon,
and the fact that people are sneaking it in without telling her, that's lame.
That's dangerous. Yeah, don't do that. But yeah, so Fernet.
I think we've referenced all the guests except one who we owe the biggest thank you to because he set us up with a logo and he set us up with your drawing. But big shout out to the stickiest of pictures.
He's very sticky.
Lucas, you're so lovable and awesome.
Yeah, Lucas, we love you. Without Lucas, we would not have a logo. Well, we probably would have figured out something, but it wouldn't be as rad as this one.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as cool as the one we have.
Yeah, so Lucas is the man. Powwow artist, local Worcester cat. funniest, nicest dude. His whole thing is like stylized portraits. So after something, I forget what it was. It might have been after I think it was after powwow. He was like, yo, I want to do your face. So I sent him a selfie, which was weird because I couldn't figure out how to take it properly. I'm not like a selfie guy. Like I'm on Instagram all day, but I'm not like a selfie person. So it's like trying to get it the right way was weird. But also I just said Lucas wanted to do my face. Sorry, Naomi.
Who doesn't want to do your face?
It's true. I know. So yeah, so Lucas ends up hitting me with what became the sticker of my face, and I was super excited. I thought it was fucking awesome. So for the first 4, I want to say, episodes of the podcast, we used that as our logo because we had it.
It was there.
Yeah,
you
wanted to give Lucas
it.
exactly. Yeah, I was already using it. Wanted to give Lucas some push and everything. But at the same time, there was really there's no intention of having that be like our full term logo. So then Lucas and I sat down and kicked a couple ideas around, and then he hit me with what we have now.
Yeah.
And it's fucking awesome. We actually have a secondary logo. I don't even know if I've showed it to you yet.
Do we?
It looks like the stopwatch. Have I showed you?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll show you after. I'll show you right now. Sorry.
It's going to go in the sticker pack and the pin packs.
Yo, right? We definitely have to get them.
Well, because I have one that I made a while back that looks like any other Miller Time or something like that. Like it's supposed to be like a beer style. It's just goofy.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot.
It's so sick. I love the colors, like the color scheme that he went with. I love how it's super clean. I love the clock.
I like the reference.
I love the reference to the clock.
Well, no, I mean, I like the reference to the style is styled after that early polar.
It's tight.
It's a nice little nod that without going to, it's not derivative. It's like a homage.
Exactly. Like, I don't know. We drink that shit. Love that.
Can I be honest? I didn't start drinking seltzer till we started hanging out.
Hey.
Up until maybe 3 months ago, I was fairly certain that I hated all seltzer because I would drink a lot of like the, I don't know, any of the other seltzers, and it wouldn't taste right to me. It would always taste like tart or like just not right.
Yeah.
And then I saw a comic the other day on Reddit. Did you see this one?
So here's the thing. If there's ever a meme or a comic or a fucking video or anything even remotely close to being associated with seltzer,
somebody has sent it.
77 people will send it to me that day.
Oh, that's why it's Dick Chuck 77.
No, but that's a good point. I didn't think of that. Shout out to Ray Bork, my favorite hockey player ever.
Oh, is that what it is? Is it a Ray Bork reference?
Ray Bork reference.
Yo, respect
Without that man,
to that.
I would be very not. I don't know. The Colorado Avalanche wouldn't have won a cup. I don't know. Ray Bork was my favorite player forever. I'm obsessed with Ray Bork. Ray Bork, please come on Seltzer Time. Yeah. And then the 7's also my favorite number. Trot Nixon, right fielder for the Red Sox. He was number 7. Yeah, I've always loved 7.
13, but I like 13 because it's an unlucky
Taylor
number.
Swift.
And everybody, shout out to how I thought you were watching WWF the other night and you were totally watching Taylor Swift. Like I definitely thought it was like a wrestler coming out on stage.
No, it's even better.
Where the fuck did we get from?
77. Oh yeah. So 70. So whenever there's anything seltzer related, I am sent it by everybody I know.
Yeah. So this was something that said, I used to not like the taste of seltzer, but now I do. I think I'm going to die soon or something along those lines.
Yeah. It's like doctors or patients like dead or already dead or something like that.
Yeah. Patients basically dead.
We'll post it. I have it.
Do you?
I have
I'm
it
sure
a lot.
you do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that has happened. I've finally just grown up enough that I like.
Yeah, I didn't really drink it either until probably like 4 years ago, really. I just didn't really I'm not a big soda guy. I love root beer. I think root beer is the greatest soda of all time. And I love ginger beer. Other than that, I'm not a vanilla Coke. Like once a year, I'll die for a vanilla Coke. So I'll get one. It's great. Yeah, my soda's fucking flavors are weird.
I was absolutely a soda guy. And like to this day, I can't have Chinese food without soda, like Coke specifically.
Okay.
I love fried rice and Coke. There's just something
so
about
good.
that combination. Or like a pepperoni pizza. I love a nice iced Coke.
Yeah.
But it was to the point where I was drinking it way too much.
Yeah.
And like So I need to get away from that. So this year, we all know we don't like the New Year, New You bullshit, but I'm trying to kick the soda stuff. I'm trying to kick the excessive amounts of sugar I put into my diet because I don't want to lose a foot.
Yeah, same.
And as we both marched a chocolate chip cookie before this thing started.
Right? Yeah, we're going to be better, but like after this cookie.
Yeah, we're going to be better on air.
Yeah.
And then when nobody's paying attention, I'll go back to eating an entire sleeve of Oreos.
There we go.
This is just how I fall asleep.
So true, though. But yeah. How did we get on that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't really drink seltzer either until a couple years ago. And now I drink it every single day.
Yeah, now I crush seltzer.
So for a really long time, I was only drinking like 2 of them a day. Like I'd bring one to work, which is where SeltzerTime started. And then when I get home, I would drink one. Like I don't really drink beers that much in my apartment. So I would get home and like we'd be watching the Bruins. I would just drink a seltzer. Like it's Tuesday. You don't have to have a beer every day. You could though. But,
if you want to, it's up to you. But you handle your own high.
It's fine. Exactly. There's been weeks where I've had beers every day. Like it's not that out of the ordinary. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's just good. Like it's good. It's bubbly. It's delicious. It's not bad for you. So it's like I don't know. It's part of getting older is understanding that seltzer fucking rules.
So there is something I have noticed though, and this is a little weird, but I'm going to bring it up because I think it's going to be funny. Do you notice that you fart more when you drink seltzer?
This might be a question for Naomi. She might be able to answer that.
Go ahead.
I mean, fart more?
I swear that, so up until a couple months ago, I wasn't trying to drink any soda.
Yeah.
If I don't drink any carbonated beverages, I don't pass gas nearly as bad as if I drink a bunch of carbonated beverages. I mean, it kind of makes sense. You're literally putting nitrous oxide, or not carbon dioxide.
Nitrous oxide. Putting fucking NOS inside my body.
Bro.
Fast and the Furious. Salted drift.
I hit the fucking turbo button in my belly button.
Is that ludicrous? What?
Too fast for y'all. But yeah, no, I've been passing a lot more gas and it a little more raucous.
I burp a lot.
Okay, so put that into your little brainscape. See if you notice that.
All right, I'll think about it more.
If I drink a lot of cranberry lime, my farts are cranberry lime.
There you go.
Is this too blue for you? You're kind of like, I'm done with this whole conversation.
I'm
you
leaving.
Gross ass.
Seltzer's done. Thank you so much to Solon for hitting us with the Stokes and Pokes jingle.
First off, live, which took him so much guts to get up in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And just wreck it, like straight up kill it.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That was just a like on the fly. Also, like literally, he is one of the top 5 coolest people I know in the city. Like never in a bad mood. The most positive person. Just like that dude can change the vibe of your entire week in 13 seconds.
Just by saying hello.
He's the best.
I like his stories because he puts like funny videos up against popular songs and like they relate to each other, but you wouldn't think they would.
He did a thing for his birthday, kind of like my Paul Revere countdown, but his was way funnier. It was I wish I could remember what he called it. It was like sound check or something like that, but it was like 26 of them because he turned 26, I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think he did it for the 26 days leading up to his birthday. And it was awesome. A lot of times he would post it like later in the day, so I would see it when I would get out of work, which is like the greatest. Like I get home from work, I'm like sitting there like watching TV or having a beer or something like that, or laying in bed, depends how tired I was. And like a treat was Solon's post about his I want to say it was Soundcheck. It was something like that. It was Soundcheck 26 or something. It was so fucking good. So yeah, thanks again, Solon, for the
big ups. Thank you.
Jingle. You're the best.
Yeah, it's an awesome stinger. Yeah. So good. I'm gonna hear it again.
Stokes and Pokes.
So good. Do you want to go first? You want me to go?
How about you go first?
I'll go first. Yeah, for sure. All right. So my poke is something that I have talked about before, just not on this podcast. I've like posted about it and everything. If you go to a bar, you will get ID'd. If you're like 75, you might not. But if you're like, I don't know, 40, usually you still kind of could look like, you You might look like you're under 21. You're going to get ID'd. You should know this. You've been going to bars for, almost 20 years now at this point. It's worse if you're, 23 and giving me shit about getting ID'd. Please don't.
Yeah, really.
Just show your ID. It takes like 13 seconds. It's
you don't
not
want to
a
do
big
it
deal.
either, but you have to. It's your job.
Yeah, like, do I want to ID you? Kinda, but not really. Like, it's just like, it's my job. It's really not that hard to wrap your head around this. Like, yo, you couldn't come in here before you got this, and now you have it. Show it off, bro. Like, also, if you're 40 and you're pissed about getting ID'd, fuck you. You should be stoked. Like, oh, cool. I still look like I'm not young enough to be in this bar.
Yeah, somebody thought you were under 21. Just take it as a compliment and move on with your life.
Right? I used to get this. There was a while where everybody that was born in the year 1994 was my least favorite person. They would come in and I'd be like, yo, can I see your ID? Because they look 11, because they are. And I was like, yo, can I see your ID? And they were like, oh. And I was like, what? So they get it out. They're like, oh, man, I haven't been ID'd in so long. And then they give it to me and I'm like, bro, you were born like a minute and a half ago. So I give it back to him. Next kid, same deal. Like there was like a year-ish span where after like 2 weeks of this, everybody that would make a noise or make a stupid comment or, oh, it's a fake. First, if they tell me it's a fake, I'm like, you do know that I now like don't have to serve you. I don't have to serve you anyway, but like now you're really making it so I don't want to serve you at all. Like, no, I'm just kidding. They give me their ID. It's always 1994. So the first time I ever like called somebody out on it, this kid like made a comment, whatever, because he was getting ID'd. His girlfriend, super sweet, gives me her ID. I think she was like she was like a couple years older than him. She was like a 92 or 93, something like that.
Gotcha.
I go to him, I get his order. I'm like, yo, can I just see your ID really quick? Also, if I'm IDing your girlfriend, you probably should just get your ID out. I'm gonna ID you too.
Right, you're next in line, idiot.
Yeah, I'm not just like random, I'm not IDing at random. So
you're not just trying to get her name.
Yeah, like I don't care. Like I don't give a fuck about your girlfriend. I just need to make sure I can legally.
You think somebody else is in the bar watching you, thinking that you're gonna get in trouble for not IDing.
Like I'm trying to not get the bar shut down or get, you know what I mean? Like that's. I don't want to get in trouble or fired.
Serving safe. That's what Derek was talking about.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You want to make sure like. Also, I'm not the only person that works there. So if I'm an idiot and don't do my job correctly, or if I'm like, oh, I don't want to offend this fucking 23-year-old who's a seasoned veteran of drinking Miller Lite, it's like, I'm like, if I get in trouble and we lose our license for a weekend or whatever, I don't even know what the penalties are, to be honest with you. We never get in trouble. But I don't want to be the person that costs the bar, money, or my coworkers' money. Yeah, like that's super messed up. And it's just like not a good look. I'm like, I don't know, I'm an adult. Like, just do your fucking job. And as an adult coming into a bar, show your ID. Not a big deal.
That's why we have IDs. That's the whole system is set up to protect.
Yeah, it's stupid. So this one kid, I saw like his girlfriend's ID. She's great. Go to him. I'm like, yo, can I see your ID? Makes a comment. And I was like, wait, before you even pull it out, 1994? And he was like, what? I'm like, 1994. Like, you were born in 94? He was like, yeah. Hands me his ID. It was like, June, whatever, or something, 1994. And he's like, how'd you know that? I'm like, I don't know. There's this thing about you guys. Everybody born in the year 1994 has a problem getting ID'd. He's like, oh, I didn't mean it that way. I'm like, no, that's cool. Yeah, you did. Like, you fuck.
You meant it the way it came out. You just said it.
There's also no other way to mean making a wise ass comment when I ask for your ID. Like, you're just being a punk.
Yeah. You're being a wise ass.
So like, and I couldn't stop laughing after he walked away. He's cool after that. Also, like kind of accidentally put him in his place. But like, just knowing that for some reason, like, you hit the age of, this was either last year or the year before. So, whatever you are, like 23 or something at the time, 24, and just being that annoying about getting ID'd.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
You've been at it for 3 years legally.
Yeah. Like, sick.
Congratulations.
Right? It's just so annoying. But yeah, so my poke is that if you are asked to show your ID, just fucking show it. It's really not a big deal. It takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
You don't look cool.
You want to be friends with the bartender. Make their life easier.
Yeah. You want a beer fast? A, don't yell. And B, don't be a dick when I first take your order. Like, be nice to me. Trust me, it goes a very long way.
Somebody snaps their fingers at you.
I want to punch him in the face.
I had a feeling.
I've had people like lean way over the bar and wave, and I've ignored them for a very long time because the only other reaction I have is like I want to grab their arm, pull them on my side of the bar, and just start hitting them in the face. It makes me crazy. Like, act like an adult at a bar.
Yeah.
It's an adult place to be.
Yeah,
it's not a
one
fucking
adult
playground.
talking to another adult.
Yeah.
And you don't owe anybody
stand
a
on
fucking
stuff.
thing.
Like, you know how many adults I've had to yell at and be like, this isn't a jungle gym? Because they're standing on chairs. I'm like, what is wrong with you people? This is not that kind of place.
You have to be an adult to get in the door.
Yeah. Also, like, if that's where you want to be, like, go to Chuck E. Cheese or whatever. Like, don't.
Go slug nips down at the playground.
Yes, yeah, seriously. No, we'll definitely get arrested.
Although it sounds like you may not. Anyway, that's actually my poke.
Right? So yeah. My stoke, as I was parking to come into Technocopia, I pulled up into the spot behind this car, and when I got out of my car, this guy was walking out of Technocopia, or out of the building. I don't know where he's coming from. And he was like, hey, I'm leaving. There's still money in my meter. Pull up. And I was like, dude, that was awesome. He's like the nicest, like, thoughtless little thing. Like,
sure.
Oh, hey, there's still money in here. Just pull up when I leave. And I was like, dude, that's sick. Like, little things like that, it just brightened my entire day. Like, I was already having a really good day, but
just being nice to fellow human beings.
Yeah, it was it was a cool little.
Dude, it goes so far.
Yeah, random act of kindness.
Oh, absolutely.
So tight.
To that same vein, I like if I have a server or somebody that like takes my order, and if they do just a damn good job, they made sure my drink was always filled.
Yeah.
They were pleasant to deal with. I will go and talk to the manager of the restaurant, and always the manager thinks I'm going to start complaining.
Yeah.
But I just be like, excuse me, I just want to let you know that this employee did a fantastic job.
Yeah, killed it.
Yeah, and they deserve all the accolades they can get.
Yeah.
Always, like, the manager gets this big, just feeling of accomplishment. I know for a fact that the employee must feel better. Hopefully they got the message.
Yeah. No, that's like.
It takes zero effort.
Yeah, just be a nice person. Don't be a dick.
We're all in this shit together. It's
Right?
not easy. It is so fucking easy to go negative.
Yeah.
Take a little bit of effort and try to be a pleasant human being.
It was sick. It was just like, I don't know. I was just so pumped about that dude. And it was only like 2 minutes left or 3 minutes or whatever.
Still.
But it's still like,
He
you didn't have to do that. Yeah, you could have
Yeah.
just got in your car and been like, fuck that kid. Like,
Right.
throw your $2 in or whatever.
noticing it, you could take it.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the best. So
What's up?
I'm stoked on that guy. I'm stoked on the niceness that happens throughout the city that you don't really like. You don't even think about it sometimes.
You don't hear about it as often. Again, that just goes, people want to hear about the negative shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
What do you
So you actually reminded me, I'm a little annoyed about the artwork down over there, but you actually reminded me of the thing that I wanted to poke was the nips. Cambridge is banning nips in their city. So the liquor stores can't sell the nips because a lot of people are making the argument that the nips are leading to pollution. That a lot of times those nips get thrown out and you see like the little bottles of fucking Fireball littering the streets. So the theory is if they don't sell them, they're not going to end up in the streets. Now, I'm kind of agreeing with that. I do find it interesting that they are the things that you end up finding. Do I think it's really going to solve the problem? No.
Yeah.
I don't drink, so I don't personally have a need for nips aside from one day a year when I buy a couple to put in my wife's stocking.
Yeah.
For Christmas.
I'm not a nip guy.
It's funny to see her with nips because like we'll go to these events where she needs just a little bit of liquid courage.
Yeah.
So she'll just rip a nip real quick and then go in and be this pleasant human being that she is.
That's awesome.
But again, like, I don't know. I see more people abusing it than
For sure. And it's definitely I mean, I don't want to say it's like a younger kid thing, but I mean,
it's
it
definitely a less
is.
affluent thing.
Yeah.
You tend to not have a lot of disposable income. I mean, I gotta believe you've seen people bring nips to the bar.
Yeah. As a person who works at a bar, it's really annoying and very confusing to find empty nips like on the patio or even in the bar. I'm like, bro.
Like, but to their point, it cost them $1 versus what, $5 for a shot at the dive? Maybe a little more?
It's more.
Huh?
It's more.
Yeah, so I see somebody that doesn't drink. I couldn't tell you. How much is a shot?
Well, okay, so again, it's
Shot of Fireball.
we don't have Fireball.
Good. That's right. I'm not surprised because you guys have good beverages.
Yeah. No. They're $9 for a shot. So, yeah, it's right around what you would, or $8 for a shot. Not $8 for a shot, $9 for a cocktail.
Okay.
$9 for a cocktail. I should have known that off the top of my head. I don't know why I didn't. But yeah, so
Fired.
yeah, I get it from a financial standpoint. It makes me fucking crazy.
Agreed. It's a spit in the face. Like, you're an establishment that sells the stuff and you know what you're doing. You brought it here intentionally. And
yeah, it's usually like some punk kid. Like, it's very rarely somebody that I'm never surprised, basically.
Right.
Like, you'll see a group of people and like they're kind of annoying when they're getting their drinks because they're trying to order like the cheap thing, or they're trying to order things we do not carry. And instead of just like letting me explain to them what we do have that is like very close to what they want, they just give me a bunch of attitude. They are annoying about having to pay. They're annoying about it being cash only. They're annoying about everything. And then when they leave, you'll see like 2 Fireball nips or like a Jose Cuervo nip, and you're like, you motherfucker. So not only did you just annoy me for like
waste
the
your
whole
time,
night,
occupy your table space.
yeah, but you're like bringing in like outside liquor and like, yeah, it's like, dude, what the fuck? Just go to a bar that serves that stuff. Like, you want to be a big shot and go to a bar, act like it.
Right.
Don't drink like you're a little kid in your dorm room. Like,
Save up your money.
yeah.
Go treat yourself to a nice night. $20 will get you nice and going.
Yeah, you go to the right place, $20, you can get real messed up. $20. Like, you can have a lot of fun on $20.
I mean, so like, that is part of it that I never fully understood. I haven't drank for a while, so like the idea of hanging out in a bar never really appealed to me, because if I really wanted to drink, I would just sit at home because it's way cheaper.
Yeah.
As I've gotten older, I do like the communal aspect of the bar, and you never know who you're going to run into.
Yeah.
And now I kind of have a bar where I wouldn't say everybody knows my name, but at least the bartender knows my name.
That's the goal.
So like, I could see that aspect of it. But again, I don't drink, so I can just go to this place and
rip sodas and soda water or whatever. Like,
right. And again, you never fucking charge me for that, so I always make sure I tip you.
you get water.
Well, that's exactly it. I know you guys can't. You can't technically charge, but I mean, you could. Like,
yeah, you could be. Yeah.
We've done events with the popover stuff where we've charged $2 to $3 for a bottle of water, and I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
But I went and paid money for this water, and unfortunately, in this situation, you have no other place to get this water, so I gotta.
You have to. It is what it is.
Most abundant resource on the planet.
So like, the reason why they never charge for water at bars is because you should be getting water, like, to stay
hydrated and stay
also,
safe
like,
drinking.
Exactly.
And there's also the possibility that I'm the designated driver.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if we ever get a DD that comes in, like, obviously, like, there's sodas on the house. Like, we never really get people who just drink Coke or soda or whatever. So whenever they do, it's usually on the house. Like, because they're always
such
in
a
crew.
rarity.
What's that?
It's such a rare order.
Yeah, but it's also, you can kind of tell, right? Like, they'll come in with like a whole crew of people, and say it's like 6 people, 5 of them are getting drinks, cocktails, or beers, and there's that one that's like, oh, can I just get a water, or do you have ginger ale? I'm like, oh yeah. So you just give them the ginger ale, because like, you obviously either they don't drink and they're still here, and all of their friends just bought $7 beers or $9 cocktails,
right?
Or they're driving. It's a fucking soda. It's like $1 if you were gonna pay for it anyway. So it's like, what's the big deal? It's on the house. It's,
and you guys have the
ginger ale.
syrup, so that's cheaper. I think it's even cheaper than that.
Yeah,
I want to say it's around
so it's
5 cents for a cup.
Yeah, if you're in there all night and you're just drinking
pounding Cokes.
Yeah, I'm like, it's like, you gotta pay for something. Like, I can't give you Coke for life.
Right.
But that
Free Coke
never,
for life.
it literally never happens. If it's obviously we don't charge for water. But yeah, a lot of times it'll be a group, and there's usually one person that's like, can I just get a soda water? I'm like, yeah, of course. Here you go. Like, you can just take it. It's soda water.
Yeah.
All your other friends just bought drinks. Like, you're fine.
Right. I just made money off all your other friends. Thank you.
Yeah.
And get them all home safe so they can come back and give me more money another time.
Right? Exactly. And you want to build like a good atmosphere and
Well, to be honest, that's what you guys have done. Like, even before I knew you, like, since Secret Walls, like the night of Secret Walls, I had a newfound affinity for the dive bar.
Yeah.
And like, that was very magical that night. And like,
the best part about the dive bar to me is like, everybody who works there, you kind of make it your own vibe. Sure. We're all very much like on the same page too. So it's become, you know, as a bartender, you should be making the bar that you want to go to, right?
Right.
Like I wouldn't want to go to a bar that plays shit music, has gross beer, you know, if the bartender's a jerk, they don't take care of issues when they come up. Like those things need to be addressed. They're addressed there. And it's kind of the same thing with like us starting the podcast where it's like, oh, there wasn't really a podcast that was talking to this wide array of people from bartenders like Derek, who are unbelievably talented and take their craft very, very seriously, to
Kelsey,
who's a fucking 911 dispatcher who's like, your job doesn't get much more serious than that. Like that is unbelievable.
Some of the shit that she talked about was insanely serious, or even Ellie and some of the just the real important.
Yeah.
But to your point, yeah, we now we're shining this light on interesting things.
Yeah. It's great. So if you don't like something, just make your own.
Yeah. And good thing about the dive bar and good thing.
I totally did. I was just trying to remember.
It's all good. So that's what I'm poking. I think Worcester is going to jump on the no nip bandwagon.
It's fine with me.
Yeah, I have no personal horse or dog in the fight, horse in the race. So anyway, and I am stoked about my friend Jess Curtin started a new project that she has called Haunted Worcester.
Oh, I started following me on Instagram.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was. I think they followed Seltzer Time first. So I followed them back because we had a couple mutual followers or whatever. And then they started following my personal account. I don't remember if I followed them back. Just because I followed them on Seltzer Time and I checked that one like just as much as my regular one.
Totally. But she is collecting stories of haunted things that have happened in the city, and she's going to be releasing some interesting stuff. So she already has a bunch of, like, there's been books published, but nobody is kind of actively collecting this stuff. Okay. So it's a really interesting opportunity, and there could be, she talked about maybe doing a podcast or some stuff in the future. So maybe
we should see if she wants to sit down.
Oh, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Jess and John. You guys are wonderful.
That's sick.
But yeah, so definitely stoked to see that she's still active and doing really interesting things. Haunted Worcester seems really cool. A little self-serving that I designed her logo, but
dude, also, I mean, shout out to you for doing the Pop It new cover photo.
Yeah, well, so it was the same thing they already had. I basically just redid it for them. But
still,
I did this really pink one. That was like a pink overlay one. I really wanted them to go with that, but no dice.
Happens.
It's all good. But yeah, shout out to Molly and Sarah.
Yeah.
We'll be doing some stuff with them soon.
Nice. Excited about that.
So that's what I'm stoked about. That's what I'm poking. Cool. Stoked about Haunted Worcester, poking nips.
Poking nips.
Spoke Nips. Shout out to Spoke Nips.
What's that?
It's a local female bike organization. Honest to God. They're younger female bike riders. You should check them out. They come around here Thursday nights.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And NIPZ, Spoke Nips.
Okay.
Cool people.
That's so sick.
So yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's gonna do us.
And that's about it. Happy 10th episode.
Happy
decade. Decade episode.
I was trying to Died? No. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. I don't remember. Anyway, yes.
There you go. Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah,
again.
Thanks for coming along. Dude, please write us comments, send us a message. Yeah. Tell us who you want. If you think there's something happening in the city that we don't know about, let us know.
Yeah, for sure. We'll push it. We'll try to put you guys in contact with the right people too.
Yeah, if anything, we just want to help.
Yeah.
That's kind of the reason we did this.
Exactly.
So to many more.
Yeah.
But I have been Travis, so you can find me on Instagram and social media at Hunchback Travis.
I have been Ricky. You can find me at DickChuck77 or Seltzer Time Official.
Did you almost forget the handle?
I definitely did.
I love you so much.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, I almost did the intro all over again. I'm not even kidding. I was almost like, it's your boy. Like, what? And then my brain was like, don't do that.
Hard stop.
Forgot what I was doing for a second.
Hashtag.
What?
How do we end every episode?
Oh, yeah. Sorry for partying.